can I actually create beauty lighting with two Godox Lux Masters that looks good? That's the key. You can create beauty lighting with anything, including a flashlight, but can we make it look good? Am I going to have the power that I need? That's what we're going to do today. So I'm using the two Godox Lux Masters. Yes, I have two of these because I actually use these for events. No, I don't use this for events. I use the ball. The nice part about this ball is I can take this off and have a straight reflector. I can put it on. I don't have to be exact. So when I'm holding this and I'm shooting with the camera, because I hand hold it, this has to be aimed correctly, or the silver one has to be aimed correctly. This I can be a little off and it doesn't matter because of the round shape. It puts light everywhere. It does the job. Two of them, just in case one breaks. Honestly, I have the one charged in the bag, but I've never needed it for that. These have gotten me through just about every event that I've been to. I've never had to swap it out because the battery was dead. Knock on wood. I love it for that. They're just great flashes. I love what Godox does as far as innovation with this kind of stuff. I think this is fabulous. A lot of people don't even know about these lights. You know, I can't tell you how many photographers walked up to me and go, "What the hell is that?" And, and the older photographers are like, "Oh, wow, that's like the old, hammerheads," which we loved. But this is fabulous. It does a great job. But can we do beauty lighting with it? Let's get into the shoot and see if we can. This is going to be fun. Thanks for watching as always. Now, I would love to tell you that this is easy. You won't have a problem with it, but it is a bit challenging using smaller light sources like this. It takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of maneuvering, but once you get it and once you understand your lighting and the size of your light source, it becomes a little bit easier. Okay, so our settings are, I'm shooting at f2 on the camera. I am at 6,000 Kelvin for the white balance, because I did use the white balance, the color meter. And I'm at ISO 64, I believe. Just let me double check to make sure. ISO 80. So that's my settings. Now, using a higher ISO, the lights wouldn't have to work as hard, but I wanted a lower ISO for this shoot. So in order to make our background lighter, instead of that grayish, bluish that you're getting now, we're going to move her closer to the backdrop, move the lights in, and they'll cover more of the backdrop. Not a lot though, because of the small size of this softbox, if you can call it that. Go right to the... Now, again, if I raised my ISO, I could have brought a little bit more of the ambient light in, which would have actually helped with this, say the ISO 200. But you can see it did a decent job here, but there's that separation as well. Now, I wanted a more pure white, so I'm going to actually move the one light behind her rather than using it as an uplight, and then use that to fill the backdrop. Now you can see at the top right corner there, it's not fully covering the backdrop, which I can fix that in post, not a problem. But all you have to do is raise that backlight up a little bit. I'm using the dome on it, but if you raise it up a little bit, boost the power just a little bit, it would cover more of the backdrop and more of the top part of it. Now I'm going to switch out this little softbox. I like this little softbox. I think it's fun. I think it's a great addition to this light, but I like the dome and the silver reflector the best for this light. The dome, again, I use it all the time at events. It just works, and I don't have to be perfect with it. But I also like that silver reflector in some situations. Now, the other thing is, I always say the dome, or like the diffuser caps that you put on your speed lights, they take down specular highlights. And I always get the young photographers saying that's bullshit. It doesn't do anything. Well, it does. So just so you know, if you're using a silver umbrella versus a white umbrella, you're going to get more specular highlights. It's the same thing. Using the diffuser dome, the white dome is going to take down those specular highlights on the skin. So, if you have somebody with oily skin or shiny skin, or they have too much highlighter on their on their cheeks, using that dome or a white diffuser cap on your flash will help take that down quite a bit. That's just coming from experience. Now, here's one with a dome without the back flash. I just wanted to show you what this looks like versus, with it and without it. the dome is spreading a lot more light and giving a little bit more light to the backdrop so I can get that whiter backdrop and that cleaner look. Now I just switched the lights over to bookends for this. What's nice about this is I'm going to get coverage of, completely on her and the backdrop at the same time because of the shape of the dome. It's spreading that light everywhere and it's doing a great job. So I don't have to have a light behind her for these, which I was doing a little bit fuller length, and it's working, because it's shooting light towards the backdrop and her at the same time. So I do love these domes for this kind of stuff.
So because our hair is like this, we have to angle the light so we don't have too much shadow. I like the shadow and I actually enjoy the shadow from hair, but we're going to move this one forward a little bit and move this one back. So this has become more of an edge light now, and this has become a main light.
So the only time like the shadow on the face from hair bothers me is if it's like a single strand and it's too far over, like it's too angled of a shadow from the hair. But she has a full swoop, so I'm going to get a full coverage of shadow on her face, which I like. I mean, it looks like it's supposed to be there.
Now, you guys may think this is fun, but somebody at my age that has to deal with this, like, my heart's not going to last. You look okay.
Whoa! Oh God!
You're fine.
Oh.
It's funny. We started shooting when I think she was like 15 or 16 years old, and she's like 23 or 24 now. Uh, you get to know someone so well in front of the camera. We can honestly do an entire photo session with 3 or 4 outfits and never say a word to each other and get good photos because we're so used to working together. She understands the lighting at this point. She knows where the main light is, where the fill lights are, and knows how to work the lighting. And I love that for us because, you know, y- playing with products like this and being able to show them to you on YouTube without having to instruct a subject every 3 seconds is amazing. Anyway, so I'm going to pull this light back now. I'm going to get that coverage on the backdrop and I'm going to have a silhouette kind of a look on her. I don't want her a full silhouette. I want some light falling on her face just to give a different look. These lights are just so much fun. And again, I have to tell you, like out of the box, it will challenge you, it will frustrate you, but just move them around a little bit, play with them, and you're going to get the look you like. But it does take a little bit of practice. Now, I've been using small light sources like this for so long because I love, harder light and I love shadows that I know where to put them to get the look that I want. And you'll get there too. You just have to practice a little bit. Just don't get frustrated and use a subject that you can practice on that won't want to kill you or never come back because you're taking your time. Just grab anyone. You can grab a vase and put it on a table if you want, just to see the light fall off and so forth. But if you have someone to use, it's a lot better because you can see the skin tones, the fall off, and so forth. Don't get frustrated and don't give up too quickly. I promise you'll enjoy it. Now, I'm going to switch this over to black V flats on each side because I just want to control that light in the studio so it's not hitting the walls and just giving overall light because I'm using these domes. So these V flats are going to help a little bit. Like it's not going to look that much different to you, but it is carving out the jawline just a little bit more for me, which I like. I'm controlling that light on her versus being spread everywhere. Now I have a black ceiling in the studio, so the uplight's not bothering me at all. But you'll notice that I'm getting a little bit more light on her face, or it seems to be a little bit more light on her face because that light is being controlled from the left and right side. Now I'm switching over to that silver reflector. This is so much fun to use. And this is where your specular highlights come in, but you really have to watch overexposure. I know a lot of camera companies say, they have 13, 14, 15 stops of dynamic range. That goes for your shadow areas. Highlights, you're lucky to get 1 stop out of the camera without losing skin tone. The first thing that happens when you're overexposed, even a half a stop to a stop, is you'll get that loss of definition in the hot white spot. And then around that white spot, you'll get the change of color. Skin usually goes yellow and you can't bring it back. You know, you can pull down your highlights all you want in post-processing, but you're still losing that area, and you still have that questionable skin tone in that area. So make sure you take down your exposure a little bit, take down your light a little bit, so you're not overexposing. You know, I'd rather you underexpose a little bit and pull it out and post that way than to overexpose when you're using a hot, small light source like this, because it can go very, very quickly. Just a little tip. Anyway, so this playing and having fun with these little lights, you know, it will hone your skills not only for small light sources, but big light sources as well. You know, if you can make this work with small light sources like this, big light sources will be a walk in the park for you, because it's the same concept. You know, it just takes a little bit more fine tuning. You know, with a bigger light source, say you were using 24-inch or 28-inch, after you use these and get good at this kind of light source, those light sources are going to be a walk in the park for you. You're going to just not even, uh, you won't even break a sweat during a shoot, going from these light sources to the larger light sources is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the shoot. This was a lot of fun. I love using all different types of lights, and I'm sure if you watched any part of this channel, you understand that. I'll use everything and anything from small, tiny on-camera flashes, you know, to big, giant softboxes to umbrellas. By the way, I moved that backlight to her. I'm still going to get a little bit of coverage on the backdrop, but I wanted a rim light on her, just to bring this look out just a little bit more. Thanks for watching as always. This was a blast. I hope you had fun watching it, and I hope you learned something.
Ray.
We can't wait till you see these. Hopefully you like the photos. Thanks for
We
watching as
killed it.
always.